chat, we are live. We are Dances with Kobolds, and tonight we are playing Mummy's Mask. And, but before I let Patrick take it away, please check out our doobly-doo down below with our with our sister shows and our Extra Life link. Without further ado, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's session. We are in Book 2 of The Mummy's Mask, Empty Graves, written by the great Crystal Fraser. Joining me in this session tonight are...
Brendan, and I will be playing Dr. Honesty Shortchange, a medical man and swashbuckler of some repute. Lorne. Did Lorne step away?
Must have.
I'm Lorne, and I'm playing Iroh, the Harrigan
does
monk.
not sound like that.
No, he's like,
No,
I'm
but
Lauren, and
Iroh
I'm the
vaguely
Easter
does.
Bunny.
Iroh vaguely does.
I'll go. Hi, everyone. I'm Tara. I am playing Uruk of the Camels, featuring Rivet and Weld, the half-orc battlesmith artificer.
Hi, everyone. My name's Chris. I'll be playing Hesmet Sot, the Autognome Phantom Rogue. And do you have a permit for that camel, sir?
All the permits, and if not, I can fake them.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing Mau, the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer Cat.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Aya Nasir, Knowledge Cleric of Hoth.
And last session, you awoke in the city of Wati, a city in panic, as it has been overrun by undead hordes, awoken by presumably an artifact in the necropolis. That Dr. Shortchange is still quite certain that it was stolen from him, and he intends to get it back.
I do.
At the necropolis gate, you heard the ringing of the bell, which seemingly was going unanswered. So you went to investigate. There, you met with the mistress of the gate, the cleric Baal, and she requested that you head to the Grand Mausoleum, the head of the Church of Pharasma here in the city, to bring them supplies, as they were running short of holy symbols and holy water, and something in the night had been grabbing the guards off the wall while other ones had fled. Sneaking your way through the city, you dispatched a few errant zombies and witnessed an undead group of camel herders bringing their camels to the wells, and Hesmet the man Sot shooed them off for not having permits, along with the aid of Mao. At the temple, you learned that acolytes, in fact, had been sent out, but they clearly have not arrived at the gates. And you collected what you could from there, attempted to get the Temple of Abadar, who is the god of money and currency here, to also possibly provide aid, but they didn't refuse aid, but clearly were asking for a large donation in order to provide anything, so you left there empty-handed. Returning back, on the way you ran into Aya's father, Hassan, surrounded by angry townsfolk, as he had been bringing Aya's now undead sister, Akila, back home with him from where she had been resurrected. He also had an explosive device that he was threatening this crowd with. Thankfully, you as a group were able to defuse the situation. The explosive device is now in Uruk's possession, and Aya managed to take her father home while you continued on to the gate. You delivered your supplies. You also, after Aya had left, dispatched her now undead sister and asked that Bal store the body here in one of the towers of the gate, which she agreed to do. You were staggered by the hundreds of undead that are sort of crashing against the wall and the massive doors here, just beyond. As Mao sort of climbed up and could see this sort of sea of a variety of undead in front of the Pharasman Needle. Aya managed to meet back up with you. She was being chased by a pair of zombies, as well as a pair of Isoboks, which are celestial creatures that have clearly been summoned by the church. They eat the undead, but also indiscriminately seem to be attacking the living as well. And Bal was fairly upset about this, and after you had rescued her from a pair of shadows that had crept through cracks in the door from the necropolis, also asked that you go tell the Pharasman Temple about the fact that somebody has clearly released some of these into the city without proper authority to do so. And this is where we pick up the return of your party member. The afternoon sun is just beating down heavily upon all of you. As you each sort of catch your breath, see the sort of impressions in the ground where these celestial beings basically dissipated around you. And it is then when all of you feel this sort of pulse wash through you again, much like you felt the night before at the auction. This wave of necromantic energy washes across you. Mao, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, as you have previously died.
But my 9 lives.
Absolutely. But as Tetmanib described, you feel like your soul is being ripped from your body. And you are, just for a few seconds, sort of staggered as you can almost feel your body begin to wither, and then you are able to kind of snap back to yourself. And as you do so, on the far side, you see pulling itself out of the ground, presumably what would have been the creature that has been snatching bodies off the wall, as this ragged corpse of a dragon pulls itself from under the ground where it's clearly been resting in the daytime sun. And as this pulse washes over, it clearly appears enraged and takes to the sky. And
Do I have time to warn, or is this the start of initiative?
you have time to warn, but it is also the start of initiative.
I warn. Dragon, 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 dragon! As I come down off the top of the tower.
What, 5 dragons? That seems excessive.
You do not have time to move at that point.
Okay.
So the rest of you will see the dragon cresting the wall as Mao screams this out. And yes, it is time for everyone to roll into initiative.
I'm using my uncanny metabolism to regain all my key points. I don't get to heal because I'm at full health, but I regain all my key points.
All right.
I
I
feel like
really
I
want
gave
to
you
know.
guys the initiative you needed to get into the fight.
Yes, the
Look at
initiative we
this.
needed to
Add
roll
yourself.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just me running.
And
Maybe
so
delete them.
top of the order is Hesmet Sat, as you see this zombie dragon crest over the top of this wall. What would
just,
you like to do?
Not unthrilled about this this scenario. I am going to use this palm tree as cover Is this dragon heading towards us?
It appears to be sort of flying over. Clearly, it is just sort of enraged and looking around. You see the people that are on top of the wall begin to scatter and flee. So it is clearly looking for something.
Does it notice me?
The way the sun is glinting and shining off of you, I would say yes, it clearly would notice that.
All right, well, that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to figure out how to...
Darn your
how-
shiny metal head.
Yes, I'm going to have to figure out how to darken my amazing bronze countenance. However, in that case, then, I will... God, I don't think I could hide behind this tree, could I?
You could get partial cover, but probably not fully hide. For that, I mean, you might be able to do it, with one of these other, like under the cart or by some of these stands that are, abandoned this time. As the city is closed and most of these, buildings have, boarded up their doors or windows if anybody's in there at all.
Sadly, I can't get to any of them and shoot, so I'm just going to have to take my chances here. I will fire my crossbow.
19 does
North
hit.
side.
So your crossbow bolt hits. There is, you can see it just sails right through this body, but it does take a good chunk of this undead flesh with it.
Okay, bonus action. Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
Okay, and in that case, I am done. I am using this thing for cover. Go, Uruk.
That takes us to Uruk with Mao on deck.
Alrighty, so this big bada boom that I have, can I is it a bonus action to give it to Rivet, or can I just pop open his hump and set it in his little seat there for Mao?
If you wanted to just put it in the seat, I would allow that to be a free action.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it to Rivet, and I am going to let him, give him standing orders. I'm waiting. I want to wait until that dragon is on the ground. I don't want to send him up after it. But it's Mama loves you, Rivet, but I'm going to need you to sacrifice yourself as soon as that dragon comes within range.
Aww. It's been an honor serving with you.
I can rebuild you. Don't worry.
This is why you have a can of gold spray paint.
I'm assuming I don't have a clear shot from where I am, so I'm going to move over here a wee bit. Ooh. No, I don't want to knock him off. I want to bring him down, so I'm not going to catapult him. Let's...
Yeah, he's currently about 15 feet over. He's not sitting on the wall. He's just flying over top at this point.
Okay, perfect. In that case, I'm going to see if we can do a fairy fire on him. See if that works. DC of 14. He's probably going to beat it, but if the easier it is to hit him, the better it's going to be for us.
That is a 6. What color does he start glowing?
Purple. Of course, it's me. It's purple.
All right. Yeah,
so-
this zombie blue dragon is now glowing slightly purple.
Alrighty, and so he's not moving yet. The weld is a melee, so I will use my actual bonus action to cast my magic stone for future use if needed. And that'll be it for me.
All right. All right. Unfortunately, this commoner also starts glowing purple. Hey! That takes us to
I thought
Mao.
it was up in the air.
Yeah, but I mean, well, I guess you could put the cube up above him, so you wouldn't hit this guy. Take away all my fun. That takes us to Mao. You are on the corner of this building. What would you like to do?
And it's a dead dragon, right?
It is clearly undead.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. I think I'm just gonna book it. But, so it's at the level of that I'm at, or it's above me?
It's about 5 feet above this roof level right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to...
And glowing purple.
And glowing purple, yeah, that helps. I don't think for me. I just want to check one thing, 90 feet. No, I think I'm just going to book it. But as Mao jumps off, a whole flight of fleas are gonna jump off his back like flack, and I'm gonna come down the wall.
All right. Constitution save.
I know it's gonna fucking pass,
That is a 25.
but it covers my escape, and I'm gonna run
Yes.
down. And how high up is the wall?
That wall was 30 feet.
30 feet. So that's my whole movement.
All right. Yep. You scamper down.
Oh,
the
wait,
wall
it's a
and
dragon.
run.
It's a dragon, right?
Yes.
I haven't used a bonus action. I'm gonna use my Tabaxi move. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, but a bonus action, that's just free.
Oh, right. And that just doubles your movement, right?
Yes.
I used it last night and I can't remember. Okay, so I got 30 more feet. Let's book it.
That takes us to Iroh.
Oh, crap. Alright, Huh, okay. Interesting scenario here. I'm going to move. Actually, no, I'm not going to move there. Can I see it from where I am right now? Because
Yes.
it's flying in the air. And it's
You sure
50
can.
feet from me. How high up is it?
It is currently 35 feet in the air.
Okay. That possibly changes what I'm going to do. Not as much, actually. Sorry, just reading something here. Yeah, okay. I'm only really useful when it's on the ground. So, I'm going to move 40 feet to here, I guess. It's still viewable. Still 35 feet above me, you said. So, as a straight attack, I will chuck a dart at it. Yay, max damage.
13 does not strike
It's
as you're not
glowing.
within 20 feet.
It's
Oh, that's
glowing,
right. You have
so it's a
advantage.
straight
That
roll.
was a straight roll. Perfect. Yeah, 19 hits for 8 piercing damage. Very nice.
And then, excuse me, one moment. Sorry about that. Something got caught in my throat. And then just double checking what I get as a bonus action when I do this. Using Step of the Wind without spending a key point. So I get to just dash. And I'm going to dash into this alley to give myself some cover.
All right.
That is my turn.
The dragon keeps flying.
I'm after the dragon.
Yeah, our initiatives are out of order.
All right. Hesmet, you notice this door is starting to sort of bulge as if something is pushing on it from the other side.
All right. I start waving frantically towards the door.
And with a massive roar that sounds like sand scraping across glass, this dragon unleashes this sort of rotting breath that will I need Hesmet, Aya, and Weld to all give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this versus poison or disease?
Neither.
Oh, 'cause-
So dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Great necrotic damage.
oh, Rip Weld.
All right.
We'll go down together, Hesmet, loving the old gods.
All three of us about to go down. Well, Weld.
I'm gonna go find 5 more party members.
Yeah. All three of
Hey.
you didn't roll terribly well. You each take 30 true necrotic damage.
I am immediately down.
Rip Weld. Just collapses in a pile of scrap.
Is Weld not immune to necrotic as a construct?
Wait, is she?
It
No,
might
she's
be.
not.
No, it's
Ugh.
not.
She's immune
It's
to
also
poison.
not immune to conditions and diseases. It's weird.
And it will grab.
Oh shit! What was that?
It just farted. It also grabs this guard that is on the tower and, lifts off another sort of 20 feet up in the air. So it's now 55 feet up in the air and just drops this guard on the far side of the wall,
God damn.
where you hear a scream and then just the sort of ravenous crunching as that poor guy is surrounded and eaten. And then crashing through this door is Aquila, who's just been raised again. She just kind of staggers out and looks around. Aya, give me a death saving throw, please.
Give me 1 second. Alright, you stay here, child.
Uncle Patrick has to kill your mommy. Relax.
Sorry, I have to. There we go.
All right.
Appeal's gonna come
sister's
in.
Coming back from the my sister Aquila's coming back from the dead. I thought you dropped her off at the Temple of Bast. Ah!
No, we left her here because we had
Yeah.
people here.
They talked
we're
about
gonna
going to the
walk-
Temple of Bast and then brought her here instead. It's a
You
good
had
thing
one
you're not. You're not.
job!
It's a good thing you're not conscious to see this.
Good thing.
So,
you
like,
can feel my spirit. You can feel my spirit from the other side.
we
Aya
don't worry, we're about
staggers
to
to her
hear it.
feet, waves her finger, and then falls back to the ground.
I told you.
Dr. Shortchange's turn then?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You know what I'm not good at, given that it takes an action to doff a shield? Ranged combat.
Are you good at potions?
I'm good at having 0 of them.
Okay.
I used them all before we didn't have a fight.
Yeah,
Actually,
well,
this thing's glowing, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna bonus action dash to get to here. How high up is it right now?
55 feet.
That's really far. Maybe I'm not going to do that.
Jump. You could make it.
I can't hit him with a... if I have advantage and disadvantage, and they cancel out, I have neither, correct?
Correct.
So I can use Rakish Audacity? Oh, well, I have to be within 5 feet of it. Never mind. I have nothing I can do to help here.
Healing potion would be nice.
I don't have
Or
one.
Stabilize.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to probably
Stabilize
do.
would be nice.
Just be
Hey,
glad you
this
no
is
longer
fine,
have your
fine.
wisp cloak, which
Right.
is an automatic failure.
I'm actually going to come here and just... How strong does the Aquila zombie look?
Just looks like a regular zombie, but as when you saw them before, they don't appear to be violent. They just sort of appear to be confused.
I'm just going to try and
Who killed me?
non-lethal the zombie? I guess? I'm gonna try non-lethal this zombie.
All right. 14 hits. 18. They are still on their feet.
Hit for short change.
All right.
Nabil.
Top of the round. That takes us to Hezmet Sat. Welcome to the game, Nabil. Roll in as an undead dragon has flown over the wall and started wreaking havoc.
Way to turn me on as soon as I entered the game. All right.
Good initiative.
Nice.
All right, top of the round, Hezmet.
Well, I am at 0 hit points right
Saving
now.
throw, please.
So, yeah, that's a failure.
That is a failure. Ulrich.
Remind me how to activate the bomb again. It's like, is it on a timer or do I have to be right beside it to set off?
You can just sort of throw it. It's more like a grenade.
Can I throw it? I wouldn't be able. He's too far away from me to throw it, isn't he?
You would have to get closer to him. You can certainly, it's much like anything else. You can throw it 30 feet without disadvantage, but from where you are right now, it's a straight roll because you still have the fairy fire up.
Cool. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Call Rivet over, grab the thing from him, run up and huck it at the dragon.
All right, roll me a ranged attack roll, please.
All right, what my dexterity?
You can use your
It doesn't
with
make a
this-
difference. My bonus is the same. It's a +2 for strength or dex.
Okay, yeah, your
How-
choice.
How close to do it at advantage?
Within 30 feet.
And he's
And it's
50 feet in the air.
55. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm within 50 feet of it. All right, so I'll just roll d20 +2 twice. Oof, 14.
14 does not strike.
Damn it!
It sails over the wall. You hear a massive explosion, and you actually see like a spray of body parts, but it does not strike the dragon.
God damn it!
Good.
That was my action. I can't really do anything else. Rivet has no more movement, and I don't. He within range of the Patui. I don't think the Patui's going to do much. He's out of range for the Patui. So Rivet's going to dash. That's my bonus action. So direct him to dash behind Iroh. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. And I am going to 5, 10. That's all I can do.
All right. That takes us to Mao.
All right. Is Dahaka actually at half hit points?
Yes.
Okay. And how close is the dragon to this point?
It is 25 feet above that.
So it is how high off the ground?
55.
55.
Yeah. Don't forget, Aya and Hezmet are down.
What's that?
Aya and Hezmet are down.
Yeah, I wish I could help with that, bud. But I can do this. I'm gonna vortex warp Dahaka onto the dragon's back.
Well, I see you like to live dangerously.
Don't you?
Always.
I thought you liked to live deliciously.
No, that's what I do, but it's dangerous for other people. Must be on a surface. Is a dragon a surface?
No.
Oh, come
Oh.
on.
Ah.
It's totally a surface. You could stand on a dragon.
Well, I'd be squeezing it.
Definitely a
Squishing
creature.
it.
Alright then, let's... Fuck it. Vortex warp the dragon down to Dahaka.
Oh, yes.
All right. Now we're talking.
On save, right?
Unsave. Ooh.
It's of course a con save. I know it is, but... I could get lucky.
That is a natural 20 on its save for a 28.
What? Okay.
And this is a...
It has no dex, no int, and no wisdom or
Con.
charisma. But yeah, it's got strength and con still.
All right. This is a store.
Yeah, it's like an empty stall.
Yeah, I'm gonna take cover underneath it.
All right. That takes us to Dahaka.
Oh, okay. Time to hit that growth spurt. I'm gonna use my giant might. And yeah, it's already. That's as far as I can get. Who's down? Aya and
Aya
Hesmet.
and Hesmet.
Are they stabilized?
Nope.
Shit. Okay.
Mercion, Balthem looks like she is about to do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I don't have enough distance to reach the dragon as much as I'd like to. I'm gonna try and move the 10, 30. No, just a little bit back. There we go. And I'm gonna tell the dragon to come at me down here. I don't know if anyone's tried that before I came in.
Nope.
Okay, so what do I roll for that? Intimidation? Persuasion?
What do you say to it?
I don't know if it understands me. Get down here, you pile of bone-ass crap. That's all I have.
All right, yeah, give me an intimidation check.
Oh, yes. Yes!
Nice.
All right.
Get down here!
Yeah, this massive purple beast, its, dead eyes turn towards you. Iroh, you are tucked down the alleyway, hearing all of this. You saw the breath knock your allies out. What would you like to do?
Well, not exactly in the best of positions here. I'm not exactly. Well, I'm not exactly a stupid character either. All right, you know what? Assuming I can walk over the little camel thing easily enough. I don't have enough movement to get within range of... Oh, I can get within range of Hesmet. Okay. So we'll do that. And I'm going to try and stabilize Hesmet.
All right. You pick him up and drop him. He is not stabilized.
Lang.
Percussive repair does not work.
Yeah.
Frantically searching for the on-off switch.
Restart. Spanish mode.
I don't have any potions on me. I don't have...
Do you have a WD-40 for Hesmet?
Some duct tape.
No, I'm kind of done.
Error. PC load letter.
I don't have any bonus actions that will help me at the moment, so I'm just gonna end my turn. Yeah. Oh shit.
All right. Swooping down to the giant that
Okay.
currently is Dahaka.
Hoping my tone wasn't my last action.
So
Ever.
it comes screeching in, swinging at you with its claws first. That is a 13, which glances harmlessly off you.
Phew.
As is the other claw.
Phew.
Then it chomps down on you with its rotted jaws for 16 piercing damage and 3 necrotic damage.
Oh, it went past 19? Shit.
Oh, sure did.
Okay.
26.
Oh, I'm down.
No. You took 19 damage. It was 26 to hit.
Oh, I'm still okay. I'm on my hoofs. I'm tiptoeing on my hooves.
So that was takes back up into the air. You will get an attack of opportunity.
I will take that. And
A critical hit will strike.
oh, Warhammer,
You
do
had
your thing.
advantage, but
17.
17
a-
damage.
Sorry, I forgot to add Giant's Might, which is 1d6, so 1 additional roll.
2d6.
Is it?
You
Because
crit.
You
bro-
crit.
Oh, I'm not going to argue. I'll take it 2d6. There we go. 8.
There you go.
Total of 25 damage. Yeah, it pulls away and you swing, cracking part of its leg, and you can see it's just kind of hanging limply now as it flies back up.
I wish I could
Did you
grab
have a
and reach.
rune on that weapon, Bill?
My armor, my shield are the only ones that have runes. My weapons don't.
Aw.
I'm assuming the runes do something. Oh fuck! I knew. I know what you were asking. Damn. Okay. Come on.
Dr. Shortchange, the zombie in front of you, that is a 16, as it grabs and sort of slams into you as you attempted to non-lethally kill it. You still had your shield, so that does not strike you.
Yep.
That takes us to Aya. I need another death saving throw, please.
Please don't roll a 1.
To God.
Which god?
Thoth, my God.
Abadar.
All of them.
I mean, yeah,
Yay!
Todd.
That is a
Success.
success. Dr. Honesty Shortchange.
How high off the ground is the dragon?
Came down to
It's started 50 something in
25,
the air.
it's 25 feet in the air right now,
Okay.
and still glowing.
Yeah.
Oh,
But 25 is more than 20. Unfortunately, which is the range on a dagger, to be able to have advantage for sneak attack.
Climb up onto Haka.
That is my thought. I'm gonna disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
It is half of my movement to mount a creature.
Yes.
I would like to mount
When-
Dahaka.
Yeah, when Dahaka is that size, it would be.
Which puts me at presumably about 15 feet in the air.
Yep.
I'd like to throw a dagger at the dragon.
This campaign's
Is-
got a lot steamier.
Yeah, you climb up there, you see it's... He doesn't know this, but like the back of his head and his horns is just covered in whatever cat fur Mao had left on him.
And then, yeah, I'm going to
Little
throw dagger
scratches.
with advantage. Which is a kukri, not a dagger.
Correct. 24 absolutely strikes. That is another 18 damage. Your kukri, gets into the side of the creature's neck, and it sort of rears back in pain. It clearly felt that. It is looking nonplussed.
Guess I'm here now? Yeah, okay. That'll be it.
All right. To Aya. Let's see. That is going to be... You are conscious with 7 hit points, Aya, as she healing words you.
Thanks. And then I immediately turn over and see my sister and go, "You were supposed to take her to the Temple of Bast. You had one job."
And she will cast Spare the Dying on Hesmet as a cantrip, so you are stabilized as well, Hesmet.
All right, that's good.
So you are currently unconscious but stable. She'll get you up next round. Uruk, the bomb thrower.
The failed bomb thrower. Aya's up. That's good. I was going to heal her, so instead I will heal Hesmet. My last spell slot. Cure wounds on Hesmet. For 5.
Thank
And
you.
then bonus action. I'm assuming the dragon is in 30 feet of Rivet.
Yes.
Perfect, Patui. Oh, wait, 20. Haha.
20 absolutely hits. You spit a lob of grease, and yeah,
And I tell him to like
6 force damage.
duck further down the alley, and that was all of my movements, my action, and my bonus action. I'm done.
All right. Takes us to Mao.
Alright, so let's see here. There we go.
So the dragon is 25 feet up in the air. You see Dr. Shortchange in your usual spot atop Dahaka.
Is he covered in hair?
Yeah, but he's a dwarf, so he's almost always covered in hair anyway.
Alright, oh, kid is hitting. Let's do a... I think I can hit it. It was how far? It was...
25 feet in the air.
Alright, and 660 feet away.
And I will note Dr. Honesty Shortchange, though covered in hair, is always impeccably groomed.
What to say?
Ah, yes. Ooh, wisdom save. Yeah, this isn't going to go well. Oh, my mistake. That is a 19 for a success.
And Mao is... Nobody even knows where Mao is or is paying attention. He's gonna hiss at it, and he's gonna relocate to under this stall.
That takes us to Dahaka.
Okay, so is the dragon way too high up for me to at least swing a hammer at it?
Yes, it is 25 feet up in the air.
Damn, can't even jump.
You also have a dwarf on you. Throw the dwarf as a weapon.
Shortchange, you feel like flying?
I mean, I do have a weapon you could throw at him strapped to my belt.
I was
Dr.
thinking,
Shortchange is strapped to his belt.
Exactly.
If you throw me at him and you miss and I end up on the other side of that thing, you are never going to hear the end of it, Nabil.
you mean Nabil or Dahaka?
I mean Nabil.
Oh shit. Okay.
You
Okay.
can do it. I won't stop you from doing it, but you will never hear the end of it if I end up on the other side of that gate.
I mean, they're just small time things. You could probably handle them. Maybe. Okay, never mind. At the risk of making this sound awkward, what's that thing on your belt?
I have the dagger,
The dagger. Okay.
the other dagger.
A kukri.
A kukri. Okay. Would I be able to use a kukri from him? Like,
Yeah, of course, you're a fighter. You can use anything.
okay, so I would borrow, emphasis on that word, a kukri from him and throw it at the dragon.
All right.
You could have javelins. You're a fighter.
I am more of a close combat kind of guy, not
He
a
took 3 separate melee weapons.
very 3 separate. I have a net. Oh wait, I have
He's
a
too
net.
far away for the net.
Fuck.
And he's large.
He is large. Throw the dagger.
I don't have the stance for kukri. How do? What's
Just
that?
roll a normal
Strength.
attack. You can use a strength-based attack for it. Roll a normal attack with a non-magic weapon, and then roll a d4 plus your strength mod.
Okay.
Or 2d4 plus your strength mod.
Yeah, 2d4
The
plus your
second
strength mod.
crit plus your giant. Does it affect Giant's growth? Because it
mean-
didn't grow with him.
I mean,
No, it didn't.
shit. Okay, so I should turn off my giant fine. What is it? 2d4.
2d4 plus
2d4
your strength.
Strength. That would have been funny if it grew as soon as he pulled it out of Dr. Shortchange's scabbard, but it doesn't do that, unfortunately.
So that's 2d4, and my strength is
That's
plus,
That's 4d4.
44. Yes.
Yes, 4.
and I have 4 as my strength, so 14.
No. You roll the 2d4 is including the crit.
Oh,
The dagger is just a d4.
So 4 is still 10.
okay.
Yeah, so 10 damage total. And there are now 2 kukris that are sticking into this zombie dragon. That is the second critical hit in a row from Dahaka.
I should take this form more often.
And that's with you not even rolling with advantage yet. Because
Right, both these had advantage.
Yeah.
Both of those had advantage.
Any movement to Haka?
I want to move away because I'm very close to face palming the floor.
All right, you move back with short change atop you, and that takes us to Iroh.
Alrighty then. That severely changes what I was going to do.
Were you going to climb me as well?
Yes, I was going to use it as a springboard.
Oh,
Haka the
Right
ladder.
now. So he's 30
I mean-
feet, you said?
25.
25. Okay. How tall is this tent stand?
8 feet.
Might be able to... Okay. Assuming I make it to these doors then, how much extra movement do I need to get to this trapdoor?
They are 25 feet up to the trapdoor. So with your monk movement, you'd actually be able to do it.
So it'd be 30 feet to get to this block here inside, and then an extra 30 feet to get up.
Yes.
And that's climb speed, which I don't have.
No, it's just, I mean, there's actual, like, stairs in there, so it wouldn't be a climb
Okay.
speed.
So it's 30 feet of circular. All right, that's different. Okay.
From the doors to here is going to be 30 feet. So it's from the door up to that is 30 feet. So
Oh, okay. So it's
50 feet will get you there.
okay. In that case, then, do I want to use patient defense? No. I'm gonna risk it, so I will use my bonus action to Step of the Wind dodge. That gives me an extra 30 feet after I reach the roof. Is Akila going to attack me?
Nope.
Cool. All right. Still have my action on this. This is going to be crazy. Okay. 10 feet, jump down, and I'm aiming to try and grab onto the kukris to grapple onto this thing. Is that going to be my action, or will I be able to also make an unarmed attack?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Those kukris are stuck into rotted flesh. You don't think, like, if you grabbed onto them, they'd probably tear right out, doing damage, but they would not hold your weight for very long. So yeah, you'd be able to grab them, get like one kick in, but then you would be falling to the ground, which is no
Alright.
big deal for you.
Yeah. Okay. Screw it. We're doing it. All right. What do I need to roll?
Give me a straight. I'd say a dexterity-based grapple attempt. The DC to grab both of these, I'd say, is going to be a 15.
So. All right. So an acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics.
Cool. I'm proficient in that. That's a 13.
That is a
Crap.
13. You were able to grab one of the knives, and I will say, yeah, you can, with that will be an attack. You do not get both of them, though.
That's fine. I just wanted
roll me
something
a-
to gain purchase. To hopefully, I was trying to grapple onto this thing, but if I'm just going to tear them out, that's fine.
Would the
Yeah,
fire
so
affect
give me
that?
a 1d4. No, because this is he's trying to grab on rather than do an attack. The fairy fire will give him advantage on his kick. But so you jump up, you rip out one of the daggers. So give me 1d4 plus your dex mod.
Daggers are monk weapons,
Oh yeah, go for it.
so that would be a D8 at level 4.
Is
Go
it
for it.
I'm just gonna use my unarmed strike.
Yep.
So yeah.
So yeah, so you rip
17?
that dagger out. So is that going to be? Is your wabbit kick going to be the attack you're going to try and make as you sort of fall past?
Well, I figured I'd sort of grab it and then use it to force myself in a bit. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you've it's wrenched out. You didn't get as good a grip as you'd like. You missed the other one, but yeah, you can still give a kick attack as you go past.
All right, this is the kick. Another 8 damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, you basically rip this knife down the creature's sort of shoulder and then kick, and you continue plummeting to the ground, which, as a monk doesn't mean much to you.
So from there, you said it was
25 feet.
Yeah, so my slow fall. Have a slow fall, right?
It will attempt to bite you.
Actually, depending on whether the bite hits, I may not slow fall.
That is a 20 to bite you. Non-natural.
I mean, that will hit me, but I'm at decent hit points. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I will choose to deflect attacks, and instead I'll take the fall damage.
All right.
Because the fall damage will probably be less than this. So I reduced the damage by 11.
All right, so it's 7 piercing and 9 necrotic, so 0 piercing and 7 necrotic damage.
All right. And the fall damage?
Oh, sorry. You deflect all 7, you take 9 necrotic damage. And then your fall damage is 2d6.
If you deflect all of the damage, why would the necrotic?
No, it's only
bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Right. Okay.
At a higher level, it's elemental damage as well. And another 8.
Yeah.
I did not choose the right option there, but that's fine.
Yeah, let's roll the dice, right?
It was a roll of the dice, and I failed it by 1, so whatever.
Yeah. With that, the dragon looking injured
Actually, because I still have a couple feet of movement left, I'm going to spread out from my allies.
All right. Yeah, looking fairly hurt and bedraggled at that, this dragon will... yeah, that guy probably ran away. He's going to grab this guy in his claws and head back over the wall and back underground. Which takes us to Aquila. The zombie just wanders over and stands above Aya. And that takes us to Aya.
Aquila, sweetheart, can you just lay down for me? Please? Just sit down. And we'll play a game like we used to.
It clumsily sort of sits down on the ground, staring at you blankly.
Good. Good, just stay here for now. And I'm fighting, my character's fighting back tears and kind of wants to just bonk her in the head and end it, but she can't. So I am going to turn around and at Dahaka and just whisper to a ball like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. She's still my sister. And just like trying to turn my head away.
Yeah, and as you do, you hear some, you hear kind of a pained whine as Hesmet's servos are kind of on the fritz right now, but Hesmet just sort of appears behind Aquila.
Oh, Hesmet! I didn't see you there. You're both very low. I had to choose. He's in giant form.
He's much more
Understood.
noticeable.
Yeah, no, Hesmet
We-
just appears behind Aquila, and when Aquila is not looking, there is a kukri that appears through Aquila's chest.
And as you do that, Baal will cast Spare the Dying, and she will say, "She will not rise again, even if there is another pulse.
What did she say? Sorry?
Your sister will not rise again, even if there is another of those pulses.
How do you?
Thank you.
We will protect her body here until we can." The Church of Pharasma doesn't really believe in resurrection.
Thank you. Thank you so
But
much.
We will do as we
And
can.
I will hold my action of
Throwing up.
a sacred flame until I see you, Batty. And with that, we have to get this baby to bed.
Yeah, with that, you guys are out of combat, so you can.
Oh, you gave me falafel mix. All right. Anyway, we have to get this little man to bed.
Take
All
a
right,
short
yeah.
rest, guys.
So we'll take. Do you guys need 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
10 minutes,
Probably,
yeah.
10 to 15.
10 minutes, and you guys can take a short rest in the meantime, and we will pick it up here at 8:45.
Yep. Back.
All right.
Who needs a short rest? Cough, cough, blood. Ugh.
All of my friends need a short rest.
And I will use my second wind and
I mean, except Uruk.
I'm good.
Uruk is just. Uruk needs a moment to get over the loss of that explosive.
Well, is
that-
rebuilding your camel? Is that a short rest
I'm
or a long rest?
looking into that right now.
Hey,
Thank
listen.
you. Second wind.
If it makes you feel any better, a lot of zombies died from that explosion.
Oh
And
yeah, like it sucks I didn't hit the dragon, but at least I killed a bunch of zombies.
And if it makes the situation better, did you see me hit that thing twice rather spectacularly?
Yes.
Oh,
I was
if
busy
if it
rebooting.
if it has died within the last hour, I can use my smith's tools as an action to revive it.
Oh, cool.
Perfect. So I just do that. So we'll just back up.
I
Woo!
will give Dr. Shortchange back one of his kukris.
And
All
then
right,
I
well,
think she.
um,
I don't know if she comes back at full health though, but she can mend herself.
Do you have a,
Haka, you owe me one kukri.
Rivet looks sad as you bring Weld back, thinking it was back to being Rivet's time.
Aww. Look, if I had a way for Rivet to like run up there and kaboom the dragon, I would have, but there was no way to do that. So unfortunately,
Dahaka just reaches down, pulls up a stone, and he chisels in it. Doctor, shall change one kukri. I owe you.
okay. So she's got 1 hit point.
I'll point out now that you can buy a dagger for like 2 gold.
I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than that.
Not in this town right now.
Mending, she regains
Long
2
rest.
6.
Okay, yeah, I have nothing that comes back on a short rest.
Oh shit.
Maybe a kukri, not a dagger.
Okay,
And she can.
I'll be right back.
Can she repair herself?
How much does a kukri cost? Or is
Yeah.
it like a special
It
blade
is
you
in
have to get it
fact
from
2 gold.
some- Say that again?
The base price is in fact 2 gold.
Listen, how about if I just give you 2 gold and we call it square?
I don't know, man. Like the voice from above was saying, you know, market's a little bit high right now.
I'm sorry, the voice in my head is apparently telling me, nah, just take the gold, you're good.
All right, Weld is back up to full health. Because when she dies within an hour, if I use my action, my tools to revive her, she only comes back with 1.
Ugh,
But after
Val casts Mass Healing Word, and you all get not as much as I would have liked.
ugh.
Is
She
it
did what she
7?
could.
Is it 7?
I mean,
It is
everybody's
6.
mostly fine now. I
I'll
assume Aya's
take
gonna roll hit die when she gets back.
Yep. So yeah, so you all get 6 hit points back.
And
Can
yeah.
I donate my 6 hit points?
And in my short rest, I shrink back to normal.
Guess I lost a dart. I mean, they're cheap.
So I don't have to have a rune active on a weapon that I'm using to have an effect on the target.
No, you just need to have the rune active on something you have.
I could have held that dragon in place. Damn. Well, not in place, but I could have not attack. But, whatever.
We need to get to Haka some chaplains.
Yeah.
There's
Look, I suck at
so
dis-
much. You're strength based.
It's strength based, but I suck at long range attacks.
Can't always get in range. You don't have like a bonus action dash like me or Iroh.
No, that is true. I mean, I have you guys. I could throw you. You're long range. Everybody went quiet on that.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I'm totally down for it because that would actually work for me. I can slow fall. I can.
I mean,
If I
Iroh makes a whole lot of sense with his slow fall and plus multiple kicking in the face.
If I slow myself, or if I orient myself so that I'm rapier first, like a dart, does that like make me more aerodynamic for him to throw?
So you just want to be a human dart.
Well,
Yes.
here's the thing. Where's your weight balance centered? Because on most males, it's
In the
towards
abdomen?
shoulders
Well, I mean,
to
like
be-
dwarves are so weird
yes.
in terms of like they're weird, like they're real wide.
I mean, Hesmet's a total metal. I could throw him like a cannonball.
We need to like figure out some kind of like trebuchet system for Hesmet. Going over to get any real range on him.
Fine, I'll pick up the javelins when we're in town next.
Hesmet weighs 300 pounds.
Yeah, we'll need like a trebuchet system.
I mean, my strength is at 18. I'm sure I can lift you with a little bit of effort.
I used to know how much. Yeah, I'd look up the lift, carry, throw tables. I used to know that.
Do you
You
think
weigh
we can
more
get
than
Hesmet?
me. You weigh more than me.
How do we get Hesmet down to 90 kilograms?
Hesmet is made out of solid metal.
I am 274 pounds, and that's my normal weight when I'm not a giant.
Like, Hesmet, do you need the headdress?
Why wouldn't I have the headdress?
Well, if we can get you down to 90 kilograms, which is 198 pounds, then a trebuchet can launch you over 300 meters.
Are you looking to launch just my head, perhaps?
No, just you.
Well,
We need you to like reduce your weight by a third.
yes. So you're talking about removing a third of my mass. I'm not sure
Yeah.
I can do that.
That's like removing a turtle's shell. It's part of the shell.
How heavy
Turtle
am I?
shell is part of its body.
Body.
Yeah, turtle shell like is its spine. Like the spine is fused to the shell.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what Hesman is trying to say. I mean, they're both one thing, one component.
I mean,
Was that her?
Huh?
oh,
What were you gonna say, Chris?
nothing.
I was yawning.
I was gonna say, was that our first dragon? That was our first dragon, right?
I think
Was-
so.
In
I think
this
so.
adventure, yes.
Yeah.
Sure was.
I was going to try
Now
and...
you know there are terrible things in the necropolis.
We already knew that. Mao is from the necropolis.
True.
And he's not even here to hear me say that.
The rest of the night's going to be a lot of monologuing, so bear with me.
No
Is it
worries.
bear with
Dahaka is just going to be in the background, just posing, smoldering. He's good. He's good.
You know, it's too bad that Dahaka didn't quite go down there.
Down where?
Down.
The river.
You know, that would have been a lot of ground beef we could have taken advantage of.
Hey, at least it was tenderized.
If Dahaka dies while he's giant, does his body stay giant?
Probably not.
I'm assuming everything deactivates the moment I'm out, unconscious or
Says
dead.
until you are incapacitated.
Yep.
If he is disintegrated and therefore it doesn't even go to incapacitated and just goes to gone, is the pile of ashes bigger?
Yes.
I need to get my hands on a growth potion. I need to buff myself even more. I need a protein shake.
Dahaka's looking for steroids.
We just need an enlarge. Like nobody's grabbed enlarge. We have how many spell?
But think about it. Even if anybody picked up an enlarged spell, it's only good for me. I mean, what use is going to be there practically in the campaign? Outside
I
of
mean, enlarge is fine. Enlarge is actually great on Iroh.
Giant Bunny.
I remember back in the Prince of the Apocalypse campaign, I grabbed enlarge specifically for Lord playing a monk. Because it's 4 attacks you get to add the D4 bonus to.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I had a spell to buff you, a spell to buff Ian, and a spell to buff Patrick. I don't remember what the other 2 were.
Just
What did you
because
buff the cleric with?
I don't remember. It might have... Because you were attacking a lot, it might have just been haste.
Sorry, which campaign is this?
This was a
Princes
Prince of the Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
I don't have the Seer character sheet anymore. It's long gone.
Yeah, I don't have Tobias anymore either.
That's multiple computers ago. On a system we don't use anymore.
as a player, I can't increase or decrease the size of my token. I can just rotate it.
Yeah, it's up to me to increase it.
You know, just for
The only
visual.
reason you can...
I just wanted to ask. Well, just for visual effects, if I was large, and then if I take a growth portion, or if I was enlarged while being giant, how big would I be? I was just. Oh fuck.
You go up in size.
Okay, thank you for the visual representation, Patrick. Thank you. Just
Go
wanted to.
from 1x1 to 2x2 to 3x3.
So you're huge.
So I can knock down a tower. So just maybe. Cool. Cool.
How are you guys feeling about this campaign so far?
Good.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
A lot of characters to remember for
Yeah.
And
what I
think this
assume is going to be way more of a dungeon delvey campaign.
We haven't even left the city yet. I'm assuming that after this is done, we're traveling Assyrian, sort of the larger Assyrian.
Eventually. You are leaving the city after this book.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
because this city sucks. Fuck this place.
Patrick, I think it actually might have been greater invisibility.
Oh, that could be.
Because you can't be targeted, you're significantly safer.
Yeah, that ended up being a really broken character because I got a wand of lightning bolts for my Tempest cleric.
Remember, we also
Adventurers
had
League.
the busted original Hexblade.
Yeah. And there was also the fact that I was using Tinder Strike for half the game, which was
Yeah.
basically a
+3, right?
a +2 flame tongue dagger as a monk.
I was looking at Conjuration Wizard. Do you know Conjuration Wizards don't have to concentrate on their conjuration spells? Or can't lose concentration, rather?
That is entertaining. Because I was also looking at Wizard, but I was mostly looking at Graviturgy because, that's fun.
What's the wizard that has to do a prediction at the start of each day?
Divination.
Divination.
Divination, yeah.
I'm gonna keep that in mind for my next character. Unless,
If Dahaka dies, I need somebody up front besides me and Iroh.
I have another character already set up. If Dahaga goes down, I have a centaur, barbarian, path of the beast in mind.
D8 characters that are the front line without you.
Chronergy.
Okay, so how about a Leon Paladin? Leon? Leonin.
How about you could play a Johnny?
A what?
He's the Leonin from the Leonin Planeswalker from Magic.
Oh. That went over my head.
Blood magic.
He has a really weird, like,
Right. The hell is Tal'Darai?
spinny axe weapon. Looks
That's
cool as
the
fuck.
Critical Role book.
Right.
And it's Tal'Dorei.
Tal'Dorei. I don't know.
And I don't allow any Mercer classes in my games.
Because
he learned the lesson with Scrap Heap.
Yeah, after Scrap Heap, it's like, nope, we're done.
What if I want to shoot a gun, Patrick? What if I
Guns
want to
exist.
play a gun character?
You're
You can have guns, you just can't play a gunslinger character.
So, like, Gunpowder Codex then?
I mean,
I have a kobold samurai gunslinger who is a hell of a lot of fun to play.
ooh.
Be right back.
Okay, so
In my,
now
like-
no, go ahead.
No, you go. I've been talking a lot.
I'm just talking to myself now. I have to delete my Warforged Bard character. Fuck. Who?
Why?
Which?
The
The
Warforged was not the problem with Scrap Heap. It was the Open Sea.
Oath of the Open Sea.
Yes.
Now,
Yes, that was the Mercer.
I mean, I did not know it was a Mercer thing. Otherwise, yeah. No, I had another character set up. Boombox. My
Not
Warforged.
Soundwave? You had a perfectly capable
You can't
joke.
just straight up just take something. You can't take a name.
Yeah, Boombox is perfectly fine.
I was looking for something explosive, like
So you don't like my Kanon the Barbarian?
Hey, listen, we have already had Kanon the Barbarian, and his name was Montauk.
So, if he's named Kanon, that makes him a K9, right? If he dies and comes back, is he a K10?
Kanonite.
Ooh.
I'm gonna slap myself later for that. Soon, huh?
Looks like Cash is putting up a fight tonight.
Yep.
He does that.
He's at that age where he wants his independence.
2? 3? Get him 2.5?
I mean, kids.
That's who I had built.
Kids start off early today. You know, they're every generation, every following generation is smarter than the last. They're more pissier, I think. Oh, is that just me?
That's just you being older.
Yeah, you old man.
Listen, don't make me come up to your lawn, okay? Just because you got.
If you want to like come up to my lawn and like discover that it kind of sucks and there's a big like washout trench down it, and you want to do something about that? Okay.
Kill it.
Fine.
You want to
You
come into my
gotta
backyard and discover that half the grass is dead back there, and you want to do something about that? Okay.
Let all the grass die.
Don't ever say that to my brother-in-law. He has a bit of a green thumb, and he's at his age.
plants.
I mean, at his age, he loves to do gardening and shit, and it's like he's trying to get me involved in that. It's like no.
Just plant
No.
clover.
plants.
Yeah, I'm very seriously considering just like planting clover back there. And then just be like, yeah, never have to mow this again.
Exactly.
Clover, or I don't know. It's not like there's a lot of trees back there, but yeah, I could just like ditch the backyard or ditch the back grass and do something else more interesting.
You know
We'll
what?
keep a small patch of grass just for the dog.
Yes, that's
But,
true.
you know, our front area, we did all plants.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that in Hamilton. I think you are, because I've seen yards like that. But I have to check. Some places are like, no, your front yard, you have to have grass.
Really, I mean, the strip between sidewalk and the road, yes, you're not allowed to touch that. But
We don't have
Technically, it
those.
belongs to the city.
yeah, we have a lot of people in our neighborhood that have planted in there, and you will get in trouble if somebody, cares enough to call the city on you. Mostly, they just
Yes.
don't bother.
Yeah.
I was under the impression with that kind of thing, there was more like they don't care here anyway. But if it has to come up to do anything, they're not going to ask you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Technically speaking, while it is on your property, the city has
An
eminent
easement.
domain
Sidewalks
without-
adjacent to the road.
Yeah. Even if you don't have a sidewalk, it's the first, I think, 6 feet.
They're welcome to it. My front yard is a postage stamp. There's nothing I can do on that thing. I'm not gonna plant a fucking chair on the front lawn. I'll be on the bloody sidewalk. Oh, also the front grass. sucks.
Get an old bathtub or dentist chair.
And just like throw that on my front lawn.
Yeah, it's an Edmonton thing. There was a few houses in our neighborhood that they were clearly dentists, so yeah, they would put like an old dentist chair on their lawn.
Interesting.
Steve,
get
most
a-
people around here just go with cars that don't have any wheels.
I mean,
Isn't that
you
a
know,
Florida thing?
You need something to shoot at.
Yep. I mean, listen, why would I go for why would I go for something as difficult to find and uncommon as, $30 Canadian Tire lawn chairs when I can go for those, readily available and just ubiquitous dentist chairs.
We should really pause the stream when we take these kind of breaks.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then they have to remember to turn it back on again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There aren't actually any like cars in yards in my neighborhood. The only car people are the ones with the DeLorean across the street.
Mm.
Interesting.
I was reminded of it because they had the cover off of it the other day. It's normally just completely covered.
It has to be in stainless steel. So the big question is, come
Back.
September, are you guys interested in switching to the new classes? It'll screw up your subclasses, but we can try and move to some of the new rules.
I mean, for me, it's just updating to the new rule set.
Yeah.
I would personally rather wait and see what other people, once they get really widely tested, what other people think about them.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's probably better to start at level 1, trying out everything that's new as well.
Yeah.
Let's switch
Yeah.
to GURPS.
This is my first edition change.
Well, to be fair, they actually have, because I've been watching the videos on it, they actually have said that for those who are more experienced with the game, it actually will recommend that you start at level 3 as opposed to level 1, because you get your subclass, you get everything, and you're used to it. There isn't a great difference between how the game is run. It's little things that are made more clear. Except for the drinking potions. They've changed that to a bonus action.
As it always should have been.
Yes.
Lay on
I like
Hands
to-
is now a bonus action for paladins too.
As it always
Yeah.
should have been.
Yep.
It's also their smites are now a spell that they always have prepared and doesn't count against their number known. And
Yeah,
they get 1 free per day.
I don't like the new smite rules.
No,
The whole point of Paladin was to get super excited when you crit. And now you have to have already cast a smite.
No. I don't think so. I think it's a it might be a reaction or a bonus action when you strike. I'm not sure how it's worded.
Yeah, I don't think they would take away that excitement part of being a paladin. I haven't looked at that fully, but I really hope they wouldn't have done that.
Also,
Stephanie coming back?
She's coming down. We might as well start.
Hey, as long as they fix the ranger, that's all I ask.
they've made
Uh,
changes to the ranger. The other thing is the half casters get their spells at first level now,
Good.
or at least paladins.
She's
do,
here.
I assume they do.
Sit down.
All right. Yeah, so everybody's taking a short rest, so you can roll your hit dice. Baal gave you a mass healing word, so you've healed for 6, and then whatever you roll for your short rest.
Ooh,
Back.
I am up to full.
All right, everyone. So
So heal for 6, Aya, from Baal, from her healing word, and then whatever hit dice you want to roll for your short rest. And she will share whatever supplies she has just for basic sort of snacks and water. You can all find a little bit of shade. As she looks around and counts a few heads and just says, curse. Looks like more of the guards have run away thanks to our flying friend there.
I mean, we did lose a few to them as well.
Fair. I can't blame them. They're exhausted. We need reinforcements from the temple. And you have to talk to Septi the Crocodile to make sure that no more of these Esobeks are released inside the city like that. I don't want to blame Nakatshepsis, but it would have had to have been somebody within the Voices of the Spire that did that.
All right. And we're under the impression that Septi is at the temple right now.
Yes, she's always at the temple.
Okay. Straight to the temple then, because the temple is where we're going to be getting our reinforcements from as well.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So taking the most direct route that leads you through the old precinct of the Left Eyes, which is the area where the City Watch and the law courts and halls of justice sort of surround the various blocks. Give me a survival check as you make your way through town, please.
A group check?
Normally you've had Aya or Mao roll these for you because they are the locals and know the way, but if you're moving stealthily, you can roll me a group stealth check, or if you're moving at regular speed, it'll just be a straight survival check to find the fastest and quickest route.
Yeah, I
To
think
the
we
temple.
need speed at this point.
Yeah, we're all full health now anyway. Mostly.
I know the way. Hey, I finally rolled a high roll.
Yeah.
Now
right.
it takes us down the back alley streets.
Yeah, and as you are making your way through these back alleys, a low sandstone building, sort of worn smooth from centuries of exposure, stands out amongst the larger, more recent constructions. You see statues lining the wall hold swords and scales, but the fresh corpses scattered on the street outside the doors hint at something far darker within.
And this is just a building we come across? Or this
Yes.
is a temple?
This is not the temple. This is on your way to the temple. This is in that area of law courts and the halls of justice. So you see what appear to be footprints leading down from the doors of this area, and 5 bodies littering the ground in front of you that look fairly fresh.
Let me just go check this out real quick. I'll be quick and sneaky. If we need to avoid it, we can avoid it.
Did someone walk through the blood into the temple?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That looks like they're coming down from the temple.
That was
Yeah,
my
but are there
question.
footprints in the blood?
Or are they the bloody footprints of the dead?
Yeah,
Everywhere.
I'm gonna like approach Kopesh down at this thing's neck just in case it decides to reach up and grab at me. And I'm gonna look at the bloody footprints.
All right. Yeah. Give me an investigation check. Clearly, these look like they had stumbled or crawled from the front doors of this ancient courthouse. And you notice that there are bruises across this body and signs of restraint. And it appears that one of their eyes has been taken out, and perhaps this person died of shock, Hesmet.
This person's been tortured.
I'm
or at
sneaking
least
up to the door.
severely beaten.
All right. Aya, give me a history check, please.
This is where your other sister works.
Oh, all those dead hands. All the
Oh.
criminals.
You remember that historically, criminals could suffer the fate of inoculation, which is having their eye removed, which is
Ooh.
why the city watch here is still called the Precinct of Left Eyes.
Ah.
and-
here's this little tidbit.
Yeah, so if somebody was found guilty, they could face the punishment of death or having their eyes removed. So it appears that presumably these people died from having their eyes removed and dying of shock from it.
Eric is not about this life. She, as soon as Hazmat mentions torture, like, Weld is up there next to Dr. Shortchange.
Nope.
Just to cover you, not actually right beside you, just to be there in case, any shit happens.
He's been sneaking.
Yeah, I'm
Dr.
stealth up.
Shortchange, you stealth up. So as that happens, just before Uruk charges up, give me a perception check as you listen at this door, Shortchange. Inside, you hear the sound of a struggle, and you faintly hear a voice say, "You are found guilty. You will be dealt your sentence now." And you begin to hear the sound of a male voice screaming.
I'm assuming we all hear that screaming.
Do I feel like if I burst open the door and throw a dagger, my only dagger, to Hawkins,
You have no
that I would
idea.
get a surprise?
Yeah, you don't know what size this room is, but you definitely think you might get. You would definitely get surprise for sure.
Okay. I look at the rest of the group and I kick in the door.
Booyah! Eric is all about this plan.
And
all right.
Why have you
looking
done this to
as
me?
soon as you kick in the door and the sight in front of you, you see what appear to be skeletal bailiffs standing around the courtroom. There is a skeleton in a sort of red robe standing at one table who turns to look at you. You see there are about a half a dozen townsfolk that appear to be in cages against the far wall, and being held down by two of these skeletons is a human male, as another skeletal figure in black robes with a black fez that looks like a skeleton crossed with a zombie, as it still looks like there is some blood and flesh on their bones, is literally pulling the eye out of the socket of this person being held down.
I assume we're all going to rush in and attack now.
Oh.
Wait, are we
Yeah.
really going to legitimize this kangaroo corpse? Sorry, kangaroo court?
And yeah, as the door bursts open, this head turns towards you and just says, "Who dares interrupt the session of this legal court? Bailiffs, bring forth these new defendants. They will have to speak for themselves."
I've got diplomatic immunity.
And in sort of a flash, this judge is back on this raised platform, sort of smashes a hand down and says, "There is no diplomatic immunity in this city. We are under a curfew. None of you or any of these folks should be out in it. If you believe you have the right to face and stand before this court, then you do so as a defendant, and we will find whether you are innocent or guilty, or if you have immunity."
We absolutely do have permission from the Voices of the Spire and the other people in charge of the city
Step
to walk around.
forward to your table if you are the counsel for the defense.
I am the counsel for the defense.
Oh my god.
I
Man,
am
I
not
was
going to
about
let him do that. I am just going to
The
throw
two
my
of you,
dagger.
can go up to the table.
I was
Excellent.
gonna
The two of you, please take your place. Prosecution, prepare your case as well. And this creature's blue eyes glow as you see the rest of these skeletal bailiffs sort of turn in unison and clear the path for you to make your way to the table. Atop the table, you do see a large ancient legal text. I just put a link in the chat to a list of Latin legal terms, correct? So feel free to use those as you see fit.
So, if you'll recall my character's backstory with my
God.
follower,
Oh, you do not have a lawyer.
Ah, he does! He does! He set it up when we first started this campaign!
I have a toad that was turned into a lawyer by a witch, but he loves living with Mao because he lives in the nice moist folds and eats the fleas.
Are you serious?
Oh god.
I am 100% serious.
He is 100% serious. If
I-
he was
I'm-
like pissing in the wind, I would let you know.
Patrick is currently looking at the Mao backstory.
Oh no, I knew all of this.
I kind of want to go over here and open this door, just, you know, if Fern's stuff goes sideways. I don't want us all bunched up over this door.
Yeah. So, yeah, this person they will put back in the cage. He is, in shock and kind of screaming.
This body's like flying around the map.
It's the blood pushing out of his eye
No.
socket.
Look, the Dr. Shortchange's whole thing is staying out of the courtroom.
That's why I got a lawyer. Fuck, I gotta find my back.
And, the people that are in the cages, all sort of look hopeful and sort of expectantly at you as, a few of them will point and say, "They're my legal counsel as well. They're my counsel as well."
And the judge will look at the rest of the party and say, "You may stand in the gallery at the back. Close the doors. Court is in session." The Honorable Judge Ol Eye Taker Soten Ray presiding.
Oh dear.
Okay, I cannot remember what I called the fucking lawyers, so.
So yeah, out of the folds of Mao's skin comes this brown toad. And
yes.
Ol Eye Taker will lean over and look at all of you and just say, "Do you swear to tell your truth? No falsehoods under the eyes of the old gods."
Yes, I of course stand before my lawyers, and you'll see a tongue shoot out and pick a flea off the side of Mao. And we are very disturbed by this court's overreach.
And with that, the judge will turn, "Prosecution, what do you have to say?" And you see the red glowing eyes of this skeleton, sort of charge up. And then as they fade back down, "The prosecution makes an excellent argument. The actus reus, or the guilty act. You are aware that the city is under a curfew order. A curfew order that the court and all of these people heard from your voice." As he points at Dr. Shortchange.
And would I not be, if it was my voice, and it was, would it not make sense that I was speaking with the authority of the government?
That is what we are here to judge upon. Were you simply spreading the word of the Voices of the Spire? Are you an active member of the Spire currently?
We are employed by them in the short term to aid them in their defense of the city. We have been sent all over the city to help them.
Deception check, please, Dr. Shortchange.
Is that not the truth?
Not for the Voices of the Spire.
Objection, Your Honor. This is clearly actus reus. There was no guilty act. They were working for the better of the city.
As you speak these words, Shortchange, you do notice, as do you, Mao, the skeletons in front of you do crumble slightly.
God.
As your words do seem to hold power. And the prosecutor's eyes glow again. "Ah, indeed. Actus non facit reum, nisi mensit rea." No act is punishable that is not the result of a guilty mind. You, defense lawyer, and looking at you, Mao, and your frog, you say, if there is no guilty act, then what of the rest of these people that were out in the city? How are they not guilty if they are breaking curfew, if you are their legal representation as well?
Let's see them one by one, and we'll see. The court has overstepped its bounds once again. And yes, there are legal exceptions to. We will fight to the end on this, sir. And the toad will sit down and close its eyes with its kind of toes crossed, ready for a long legal argument.
This court is under the direct authority of Hatya Abaneya. We answer not to the Voices of the Spire. We answer to the Pharaoh.
Is this the current Pharaoh?
Is this the? How do they refer to the pharaoh? How did the silver chain?
He didn't give the pharaoh's name. Aya, you would immediately recognize that is not the current Hatia, who is sort of the, you all met the current Hatia at the war table, and that is not the name he just said. Aya, you with your previous history check recognize that that's a name from your grandfather's time at best.
I will openly say it. Wait a minute. That was like 50-something years ago. Like
Silence in the court.
Patrick, this Latin list is not helpful.
No, it's not. I would argue that
objection. That is not the current administration or who has control here. It is currently.
Yeah, what year do you think it is, Judge?
Hesmet will raise their hand and say, Hesmet sought before the court to file an amicus curiae brief.
Oh, wait, are you from the same tribe as them?
No,
He's
these
way
guys
older
are
than them.
long after me.
And the prosecutor will turn and look, and Old Tiger will say, I take over. What do you wish to present that you must interrupt at this point?
As a follower of the old pharaohs, one under their jurisdiction, it has come to my attention as an expert in ancient law that this court is currently beyond its jurisdiction. Considering the amount of time and the lack of knowledge of the current Hakat, in articulo mortis, this court has been found in absentia to be coram non judice. You, sir, are not a legal judge in this case.
Hesmet, Dr. Shortchange, and Mao, you can make me a group deception or persuasion check, please.
Now, do we all have to roll the same thing?
Nope.
I am calling upon the spirit of an ancient lawyer.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Where's my Whispers of the Dead?
Hesmet, you get advantage for using multiple Latin terms.
Do I need to re-roll, or can I use a 21?
It took me a while to build that.
Why did no one use Hotus Homani Generis?
I didn't see that
It's
one.
a long list.
They haven't scrolled that far.
I know.
We were trying to talk and figure out what we were doing. Well, read.
I was control
It
effing
was
thing.
literally enemy of the human race.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Nice.
19.
With those successes, you see Ol Eyetaker sort of look inward amongst himself, saying, I, and sort of bangs his hand down and says, it is sustained. And you watch as they crumble basically to dust in front of you, as does the prosecutor's skeleton and the bailiff's skeletons. Their eyes stop glowing sort of blue fire as they appear to revert to just meaningless skeletons before they too crumble down to the ground in front of you.
Get the city folk out.
You have successfully defeated Ol Eyetaker. Well done.
Thank you, Chris,
Ladies
for
and
reading
gentlemen, if
way
you
faster
need
than me.
legal counsel in the future, you do know my abode. Good day to you as he crawls into the folds of my skin.
Excellent. Hesmet sought sovereign citizen.
I was so terrified of lying. Here.
That's why I brought a lawyer. I didn't want to
Come
lie.
on, you got an 18 on your deception. That was great.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
but I was when you said do you swear to tell the whole truth in front of the old gods? I thought there was gonna be some punishment for lying.
Oh, I did have
If you failed, there was a punishment. You
Is it
might
losing
have
your
lost an eye. Yeah.
I've lost an eye before.
So you all free the citizens that have been held, and one of them, an orc, shakes
Dr. Short changes hand and Hesmet's hand, and then walks up and shakes your hand, Iroh, and just says, "Thank you, Iroh. You and your friends have done me a great service."
I would like to insight that.
What am I, chopped liver?
No, he picked Iroh for a reason.
He clearly did pick Iroh for a reason.
I'm following this orc when he leaves.
Is he going in the direction of the temple? Because that's the direction we're going.
Go without me.
Do I recognize this person?
You do not.
Do I recognize this person?
Why?
You certainly do. You recognize this as Zarek, and he will just say, "I thought that was you. Getting me out of this, let me just say, the hand that helped you up, that you pulled away from, nearly severed, wishes to get its grasp on you again."
How much to make it go away?
Well, for right now, you and your friends got me out of this jam. I think I can just turn a blind eye. Next time I see you, though, there will be payment.
But if I wanted to make a bit of payment now, how much to help? I don't know how much I fully owe anymore, so...
Capone.
Tell him
the
that.
Price of 1,000 gold on your head?
I see. Okay. Well, I'll reach slowly into my money pouch. I will take out a stack of coins, and I will give him 200 gold. I figure 1/5 will bide some time while I send more.
As I said, this one's on me. I will send this along the next time I see you. And you know the hand grasps and doesn't let go.
Well, I'll
Thank
travel
your
nice
cat and his
now.
frog friend. That was delightful.
Yeah, he's weird. He's just weird.
Be seeing you, Iroh.
Hope you don't.
I kinda hope I don't too. And he will skedaddle out of the courthouse and disappear off around the corner.
So we all saw that, right? Yeah, we all saw that, right? Iroh's the former mob member, and he's in Hawk to the Mob, and he's got a price on his head. Yes. Okay, good. We're all caught up.
I think you told us that.
Okay, I told you. Gambling
Did you?
debts, loan shark, money due.
Ah, okay.
You never told us that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Mal wasn't paying attention.
You might have been putting your kid to sleep.
No, literally, you've told us that. Mal wasn't paying attention.
I don't need to follow him to track him down. Given that Iroh has paid him money now. And we need him to deliver that money.
If you believe that he
I
will
don't.
deliver that money.
Well, given the fact that if he doesn't, his boss will be very upset with him.
Well, he's just not going to tell the boss that you gave him money.
Yeah, it's his word versus yours.
And with that, you continue on through the city to the Grand Mausoleum. You have done very well and lowered the sort of panic level with your actions through the day. As you go past the crocodiles in the fountains here. You can see there are a few priests and priestesses of Wadjet standing near the sacred crocodiles who seem slightly agitated, but they are keeping them under control. Inside the temple itself, things seem slightly calmer. Your request for aid is immediately handled. You did realize that one of the dead bodies out front of the courthouse was one of the acolytes that had been sent for aid earlier. And you are welcomed in, sent up to the second floor where Septi's office is. You can see the war room is currently empty, which is sort of a nice sign, perhaps. But you do also hear the staff murmuring about, concern about what happens when the night returns, as they have clearly all felt this second pulse that has happened. And there's, a long hallway that runs the length of this floor. You see a familiar figure about halfway down the hall with their back to you that cocks their head as you approach. And, Tepmanib sort of turns and grins, looking at all of you, and just says, "So, judgment came and passed you by."
We're very persuasive, and apparently we can hold our own in court. I didn't know that. Where's Septi? We have urgent business.
She is in her office. Naket Shepsis returned this morning, seemingly having made up his mind. Septi discussed it with me over our lunch. She's displeased, and you have shown that you can be trusted, so yes, you should follow me, speak to her. And he sort of smiles mischievously as he, leads you down the hall to a closed door, and, Kwasim, you just hear a little voice on your shoulder now that just says, "I didn't know you had a frog in there. Is he friendly? Can he play with me?"
Who's talking?
Kwasim, the invisible bird.
Oh, is he still around?
Yeah.
He is always with Tepmanib, and seemingly following you around occasionally still.
I'm gonna look over wherever the voice came from and be like, "Yeah, I mean, what? Do you have some legal trouble? You're divorced? I get a cut, so if I hook you up, that's good for me."
Technically, I'm not really doing my job properly. I'm not supposed to hang out with Tepmanib but I have for decades. So I might have an HR problem at some point. We'll talk. And as you get closer to the door, you can hear a pair of voices. One sort of an agitated masculine voice, and then the calm but short sort of voice that you'd recognize as Septi's. And Tepmanib stops and raises his hand and then just pushes through the door. And you see Septi the crocodile and Naket Shepsis in her office. Naket with his sort of back facing the window, and Septi, beside him, and he absolutely towers over this younger woman. But she clearly, is not intimidated and looks like they are in control of the situation. And Tepmanib will immediately stop and say, "Oh, my apologies, priestess. I didn't realize you had company. The Sandlot are here." And she will hide a little smirk and just welcome all of you in. And she will introduce you to Naket Shepsis, the leader of the Voices of the Spire. These are the Sandlot. They helped during the troubled times and have been assisting the city. And Tepmanib will say, "We were just having a conversation, and you, the Toothbreaker, Uruk, if I may ask you a medical question. If a farmer
is out in their field and they injure themselves. Say his leg is cut but not broken. And the wound becomes infected and begins to spread through the body. If the priests, they will do what they can to tend to the sickness, and it does appear to be regressing. However, there is always a danger that the sickness may spread to the man's heart. So there are two options presented. You continue the care, perhaps expediting means by which they are attempting to cure it with additional medicines. These stronger medicines may or may not work. Or do you remove the limb entirely, knowing this would ruin the farmer's livelihood with no sons to work the fields in their stead? Which course would you recommend we take?
So the options are essentially continue to treat him and have him possibly die, or take the limb and kill him regardless, because he has no way to work his field, no way to feed himself, no way to earn money for. He doesn't have sons. He may have a wife. He may have other things he cares about to take care of.
Indeed.
Under other circumstances, I would say take the limb. Take the limb, save the life. But what life would he have? Leave the limb, treat him as best you can. Unless of course he directs you otherwise, but that would be my recommendation.
And you hear Naka Shepsis kind of scoff and say, look, he just speaks in riddles.
Okay, then leave the limb and just treat him as best you can.
Give me an insight check, Uruk.
Insight. I will offer to speak with him if he's here.
Yeah, you don't get the sense that Nakat said that out of sort of anger, but more as you look him over, he looks tired, but resolute. You think back to the days of your tribe in the desert when there were times when there might not have been enough food to go around, and the leaders would have, the burden of deciding who doesn't eat. That's what he looks like right now. And Septi then just sort of steps in. Well, let me be clear. At this point, I think I can speed up the recovery of the city. But pulses have been reaching beyond the bounds of Wati into the farmlands, raising people from the burial plots or the mummified folk in the early desert. Nakat would like to use the voices, and I have a ritual that will bring forth the Sobex, which we can use to clear out the necropolis while the rest of us deal with those outside the city. I think this is the correct... And Septi just sort of raised his hand. I would like to think that as the Sandlot are invested by whatever this item in the necropolis is that has been causing this, I would like to give them some time to try and find it, if that would be acceptable to them.
Uruk nods. She's down for it. But I do not speak for my group. And she'll turn and... What does everyone else think of this?
I mean, if we go into the necropolis, is there any guarantee that you're not going to just loose the hounds if you think we're lost?
I am an honorable person. I will give you 2 full days. After that, I will start the ritual, which will take a day to complete.
And what of these creatures after the necropolis is cleared?
They
already tried to attack the defenders at the gate.
Yes, and let us not be... let us stop with the riddles for a moment. The Isobex are effective tools, incredibly effective, but they are utterly indiscriminate. They beset upon the guards. They beset upon us at the gate. They will kill thousands.
It was a mistake to release it in the city. The others will simply be in the necropolis. Nobody
Yes, but-
should be in there that...
Then that is fine. But if one escapes into the city, the death toll will be catastrophic. In the metaphor of the farmer, one does not simply hack off a limb at the first sign of infection. One understands the cost of this action, and only does so if no other choice presents itself. So yes, I would like to enter the necropolis and find whatever this is before you do regrettable things, which are not going to cost the limb of a farmer, but thousands of lives.
Believe me, I wish you the best of success. We cannot open the gate to allow you to walk in.
We do know ways, right?
Oh,
You know that the Silver Chain has smugglers' tunnels. Mao
I know ways
knows
in.
how to. Yeah, he knows how to get himself in. And Neket
like
will.
about to get flung
Neket
over.
Shepsis, sort of looks at you and just says, "We could fling you over, build a trebuchet." And then the smile sort of dissipates. Like, I kid. If there are not smugglers' tunnels, there are tunnels from the Folly. And Aya, you would know that out in the river, there's a sort of large jut of rock that is considered part of the necropolis, even though it is not the necropolis itself. And he will say, the Folly was a fortress that was amongst one of the first structures completed in Wati's creation. Originally, it was intended to protect the harbor from waterborne raiders, but it saw little use and was eventually abandoned. A few hundred years later, there was a dwarven sorcerer who bet Sandborn that took possession of it. Insane. Spent a lifetime shaping the fortress's exterior into the likeness of a sphinx and carving deep tunnels beneath it and the water into the area that is now the necropolis. He raised a small cult, but they vanished overnight over 100 years ago. No one knows if they're in the tunnels, if they went into the necropolis and died there. But I can guarantee you can make your way into the necropolis through it. The Spire will not be patrolling there tomorrow morning. But catapult be pretty cool.
I mean, catapults are really cool, yeah. I think I'm the only one who actually knows how to land properly, though.
Have you invented parachutes yet?
The children play with them,
Uruk,
and
how do you feel about scaling that up?
I'm up for the challenge.
Can we do
Can I
that in
just
2
walk-
days?
Walk
Can-
under the wall?
How tall is this entrance of yours?
Wait, 2 days. If you want to wait 2 days to build, I could get you all over the wall with vortex warp in 2 days.
we don't
Oh.
have 2 days.
Yeah,
No,
we're
we
given
need
2
to
days
go
total
now.
in the necropolis. We can't spend that whole time getting over.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, at that point,
Take a
we
night
could just
to
climb
rest.
up with a
Do it
fucking
in the
ladder.
morning. Yes. We cannot have you being seen going into the necropolis. The lottery is over. You are not going to be in there as official designates.
I
You'll
fail
be
to see why
unofficially
not.
working for us.
I thought, yeah, we were agents of the city trying to end this problem.
Indeed. But there are still legal ramifications if you are seen scaling the wall. That is why the folly is the quiet way in. If you have other smugglers' tunnels that you know of, most of them that we've been told from the Silver Chain we have closed over, but I would presume, and Tetan would say, I'm pretty sure they have a tunnel from their headquarters straight into the necropolis. They were smuggling goods. They weren't bringing them across the city. They have a way from the necropolis directly into their headquarters.
And they left the headquarters.
Seemingly.
Yeah, so it's not like it's going to be awkward to go back.
And
Oh, we could
Septim
ask
said, well, then I
people.
will leave that up to you.
Ooh.
And Shepsis will say, I might have a lead for you in the necropolis. In the cenotaph of the Cynic, it's a large, round, sort of fortress-like building. There are some atheist Lamias called the Amoshet that live in the building. They were originally part of the Lamashtu cult that spread the plague of madness. But they fared poorly, and all the survivors have since shunned the capriciousness of the gods and have become atheists. I don't know if they would have stolen this relic, but it would certainly suit their purposes to use it the way they have. But the sisters move freely through the necropolis at night, so if they are not the ones who've done it, you may be able to entreat with them and learn something more. But don't trust them foolishly. Two days, and then a day for the ritual. That is all I can give you. My family fought against the plague of madness. My ancestors cleared the city, built those walls. I will not be the one to let this city fall back to waste. And he will then leave the room at that. You are left with Septi the crocodile and Tepmanib.
Before he leaves, can I ask him something?
Sure.
With the dealings we had with the Silver Chain, your family appears to be quite old. Would they know anything about this true emperor or true pharaoh that the Silver Chain is? Started to worship?
The Silver Chain does not worship anything other than money.
They appear to have been taken over by some group who does.
How do you mean?
They were wearing fealty to some kind of new pharaoh.
And Tepmanib will speak up and say, something, or someone known as Hakotep, perhaps. Though I have found no mention of that name as a pharaoh whatsoever.
Was that how they were referring? What were they referring him to him as?
The Forgotten Pharaoh.
Forgotten Pharaoh. Sorry, Forgotten Pharaoh.
There's also a Sky Pharaoh. We're not sure who is referring to what.
And being, Septi will say, the Sky Pharaoh was a short-lived leader who died sickly and young. They're not forgotten to history. They're just sort of an afterthought.
I can,
And she looks at the tablet and she's like, if they erased
entire pharaoh from history. Perhaps it is this Hakotep. Give me a group intelligence check, please. Ulrich, you with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Hero.
Oh my god. We put on our brains today.
Yeah, guys,
We've been rolling
Really
well.
did.
Outside of a
Iro
few saves.
literally went to a loan shark for money because of gambling problems. Of course he's not that bright.
I'm smarter than the machine. I'm smarter than the machine. I'm smarter than the machine.
Oh, intelligence check. I'm gonna fail this.
I'm smarter than the doctor. Smarter than the doctor.
That's what you roll. You had one failure so far. I think. I hope.
Yeah, so all of you think about this, but yeah, Ulrich, you with your desert traveling, you actually recognize the name Hakotep for a second, as there is out in the far reaches of the desert, near the foothills of the mountains, a massive collection of trenches that were built that were simply known as the slave trenches of Hakotep.
I will relay this information.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Slave trenches in the desert sounds familiar. Been
Okay.
past them once or twice.
It is an ancient earthworks that nobody really knows or remembers why it was there. But yeah, that is indeed the name Hakotep. Perhaps they forgot to erase some of his work.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
But Septi will look at you and say, but I think your next trip is into the necropolis itself. How you get in is up to you. But please, find this. End it as soon as you can. 3 full days hopefully will be enough. In the necropolis, you may find, and she will bring out a small device. We used to have these devices in there. They track necrotic energy. I don't know how many of them are still operational, but if you are able to get any of them to work, they may offer you a direction if you can track the necrotic energy using these elegiac compasses. It might be something. I would suspect of the half a dozen that were in there, perhaps one is still usable. But if you come across one on a rooftop, it might give you something to follow.
If we do come across one, how do we use it?
You can see this looks like almost a small oil derrick, and there is, a large, this appears to be glass, but you would assume this is probably some sort of cut gemstone in the city itself. And she shows you that you can turn it, and it kind of rotates almost like think of it like a radar dish. And she says once these compasses, they used to be able to triangulate where the undead were in the necropolis, and we use that to track down the greater undead that were there. They're not difficult to use, but if the pieces are not put together properly, or if any of them have shattered, as I said, there may only be one or two
at best left that would be operational, but they will direct a beam of light directly across the necropolis. And so if there are more than one working, you could use that to triangulate the location. But even if there is one, you would know that whatever that line of light is, somewhere along that line is where the mask is. It is giving off such necrotic energy, it would have to be trackable.
So we have a bunch of these devices, but we're not sure if they work.
There were originally 6 in the necropolis when the walls were first built, but we have not needed to use them for centuries.
Do we have any spares or spare parts that we could use to repair them if one of the ones we go to is broken?
I mean, we have tea
we would
kettle.
have here. You might be able to find something there. I mean, if they are broken there, you may be able to find them. But nobody has used them in so long. We don't keep extra parts for them or anything like that.
Sorry, writing notes.
Did they have a description or a picture of it?
No, they don't. I'll try and track one down.
More, I'm asking if they do have one for Theater of the Mind. Is it something that Hesmet recognizes from his temple time?
Yeah,
Hesmet would probably recognize. You would recognize what these are, but yeah, they look like think of like a small oil derrick with a large crystal that turns and rotates that would cause this beam of light to shoot out.
So that's what I was asking. So Hesmet knows what we're looking for.
Yes.
Perfect.
So we're not clueless, and they're pretty easy enough to use. Awesome.
Easy to use if they're operational.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, bring the toothbreaker.
Potentially the.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I've got some engineering skills. I've got a tinkerer's kit. I might be able to get 1 or 2 of them up and running.
And the Lamias in the Cenotaph of the Cynic may or may not have some information for you.
The Lamias and the Cenotaph. And the Cenotaph is on this side of the necropolis.
It is inside the necropolis. You would know where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, it is. It is a building inside the necropolis.
Okay. They are in the Cenotaph. Okay.
It is this building right here.
Oh, good.
It's a big one.
Yeah, the big one on the far side of the necropolis. So with that, you are thanked for your help. You are able to make your way back to the Tooth and Hookah.
I am not entirely done because I informed them that the gate needs reinforcements right now.
I think we told them that already.
Yeah,
when we came in.
They have been sent.
Okay.
That was the first thing we said.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd like to point something out to our group real quick. We could go here. We could maybe hop directly into Akentepe's tomb area from outside of the city if we scale the wall on the side that none of the houses are on.
That the wall's patrolled though.
I mean, is the wall patrolled right now?
They were having trouble keeping people on the wall. I can't imagine there's anyone over there.
Yeah, like
You
where there's
might
no
be able to
houses.
you might be able to find time to try and scale and get around, if you will. So yeah, so you now have potentially 3 ways of getting in. Mao, you would certainly have known some of the smugglers' tunnels. Presumably they've been closed up. You would know ways for yourself to get in, but otherwise not large enough for others to use. That's why they were your sort of sneaky best way to go.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd ask. So there's nothing that they could squeeze through, but might be more dangerous than smugglers' tunnels or otherwise. Got it.
Correct. Yeah, you can get in and out easily enough, but yeah, for them they'd have to use one of the smugglers' tunnels. So
presumably the headquarters of the Silver Chain. There are the tunnels from Ubet's Folly, the Sphinx up here in the river. Or maybe trying to scale the wall sneakily here. Could try and do that in the pre-dark dawn. As you will all head back to your rooms at the Tooth and Hookah, have a long rest and level up to level 5.
Hooray!
Oh yeah.
And that's where we'll leave it for the night.
So who loves not taking any damage in an entire adventure?
Right?
Lucky bastards.
Pretty well for us.
Fuck you.
You know what I get? I get fucking uncanny dodge now. I'm saving